All right, gather around, it's story time. The year is 1997 on the south side of Chicago, 87th Street, right there off the Dan Ryan Expressway. The Jewel grocery store. I'm not sure if it's still there, but it was there at that time. I'm like 31 years old, married, got 2 kids at the time. And I just go in the grocery store to pick up a few items, and get what I need to get and get on out. So for those of you of a certain age, you may recall back in the day, at least in Chicago or Chicago area, you could go in the grocery store and they would have a little candy section where you would bag up the candy in little plastic bags and weigh it. Well, I was passing through that little area right there. All right, so I see this young lady, attractive young lady. She looked like she's about 26, 27 years old. Fine. She was actually fine. But, I'm married and everything, but I still have eyes. So, she caught my eye and I noticed she had a little girl. The little girl looked like she's about 5 or 6 years old. I'm a people watcher, so I'm just sitting back observing. And what I noticed was every time this attractive young lady turned her head away from her child, her daughter was taking a handful of candy and stuffing it in her winter coat. And then, she had this little sheepish look on her face. Okay, so I say to myself, I'm about to shame this little girl so she'll stop stealing this candy. So I'm just sitting here. Her mother don't even know I'm there, but I'm staring at the little girl just to let her know I see what you're doing. So she's still stuffing candy in her pocket. So every time her mother turns away, she's stuffing candy in her pocket. So she look at her mother, and she look at me. She look at her mother, she look at me. So I'm like, oh, this little girl, she don't get it. Now here I come. I'm about to play Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm gonna save this pretty young lady from about 10 to 15 years of heartache and pain from her daughter. I'm about to save her daughter from potential life of misery. And I'm gonna go about my day feeling like I did something. I approached the young lady, and I can tell by the way that she turned around, she thought I was gonna try to talk to her, but that wasn't the case. But I said something like this: excuse me, just wanted to let you know that every time you turn your head, your daughter's stuffing candy into her pockets. And, I thought by me looking at her, that would shame her out of doing it, but she's still doing it. Now stop right there. Let me ask you, did that lady A, thank me, B, ignore me, or C, cuss me the fuck out? She said, and I quote, "Mind your motherfucking business." That's the problem today. Everybody want to be in your motherfucking business. I stood there in shock. I really couldn't believe what happened. It actually scared me, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. When I was growing up, in the same situation, if it was the same situation, that little girl would have got her ass beat right there, and that lady would have thanked me for letting her know what was going on. But it was at that very moment I knew there was a shift in our culture. Remember, that was 1997. So if that little girl, if she was 5 or 6 at that time, that would make her 31 or 32 today. If that little moment in time was any indication of the way that girl was raised, if she has any kids today, you could only imagine. So whenever you see a crazy story on the news or on social media, go back 10, 15 years if you can. Go back 20, 25 years. Go back 30 years if you can. And then look in the mirror. Did we drop the ball? If you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and share.